Caleb Patterson, Midwest Muscle again. Nick's been running arounds and doing some sales, and there's something that I saw, because it's something I do all the time because I got sick of protein shakes, and I still wanted the protein, but I said I got to do something different, and it was mixing my protein with oatmeal. It might sound strange to the normal world, but the bodybuilders and power lifters, because he's got a power lifter in the house, it's not so strange because honestly, I'm sure you learned watching your parents that there's a lot that goes on with food that doesn't seem normal, but it's quite common. And can you talk about some of those things?
There's a lot of things, like you said, putting protein in your oatmeal, putting protein in everything, cutting all the fat off your meat. A lot of people like to leave it on. Just a lot of weird things you got to do with your food. Always have rice in the fridge. Warm it up. Always brown rice. Always. What is it? 96% lean beef. No fat on anything. Always lean meats, stuff like that.
Just the fact that at your age you have this kind of intelligence, and that's just from following along with your parents and constantly wanting to improve. And of course, it's a lot of you that does that, because they can teach. If you're not willing to learn, then you don't learn. So but just the fact of having those sources right there, and doing the business, you can actually, you've been on the other side of nutrition. So I'm sure, even though you're helping sell it, you know what you're talking about, and that's a big thing, because there's a lot of people that are given a list of things to talk about as far as supplements and nutrition, but to actually know the other side of it, you can actually explain the why.
Yeah, I mean, again, my mom, she teaches me a lot. Even if there's some things, she'll tell me something, and even if I want to know more about it, even deeper into it, I'll go look it up on the computer, what it does, and then people will come in. I like to recommend a lot of stuff that I take that has worked for me. Things like this oatmeal tastes good. A lot of people, taste doesn't really mean anything to me, but a lot of people,
yeah,
they does it taste good? And there are things, you can find a lot of things that taste good and still work well too. So it's, a lot of just my mom, my parents, they teach me a lot.
And dealing with people that come in, this is a business, and you're in a habit of selling, so being able to inform them correctly. And the one thing I love about your dad is that he speaks his mind, but he speaks the truth. And I'm sure that has translated off to you as well, where he can say something and there's no BS behind it. If you want to sit there and read it into that, that's your business, but he's just going to give it to you straight. So when you're actually doing the sales, that's got to be a great feeling, knowing your boss isn't asking you to basically lie to do a sale.
Yeah, it feels good, being able to be confident with what you're telling people, and you know what you're saying is right, and you're not just trying to sell the product. You want them to make gains from it. You want them to be able to do, lose weight, whatever that person wants to do. You can help them, and you can help them with what they need to take, and you know what's going to work and what won't. And even if they take something and it doesn't work, then you can go back and find something that will work.
Mm-hmm. And that's I'm so glad you brought that up, because there's certain supplements that work well for a body type, but not for another. And the whole point in supplements is actually helping aid the body with recovery. Because I think some people think, I do my 3 squares and, I'm good, so I don't need the supplementation. But I said, you're asking your body to do so much more, because most people have jobs, most people have a life other than exercise. So it's going to be taxing on the body. So I can't even imagine. And I was one of those that, worked out without, thinking I could get 3 meals, and I was just tired all the time. So when you got a person like me walking through the door, how do you explain to him where he gets that understanding?
Well, when you're working out a lot, your body, you're losing a lot. So you got to make sure, and
yes,
getting those 3 meals, you're not going to get all that back and then some to grow and to make gains.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to turn the protein, you got to turn your, glutamine, creatine, things like that to help you get everything back. Vitamins, get everything back into you so you can stay healthy, stay awake, stay and grow and make improvements in your body.
And one of the things I like to say, if you don't pay now, you will pay later. I mean, because if you don't want to pay the nutritionist, you don't want to pay the supplement places, you're going to pay the doctor later, and I guarantee he's going to get his money regardless. So you have an option now, and you lose that option later. Because unhealth, there is no price for that. Even though there should be, there is no price for unhealth because people suffer so much because they didn't take the time now. And I'm just almost afraid. Like Ryan Doris is just, he's been at it so long, but he's so young, and just how he's gonna just improve. You're in that same realm because you don't have just a weightlifting background. You've got a sport background, and I noticed that people, like, it's a lot, like you said, it's really taxing on the body, but your body starts recovering so much easier as you get older because now it knows. It's not guessing anymore. And I mean, like, watching you 3 years ago and looking at you now, I mean, it's really amazing to watch, and I'm really proud of it. But, like you said, you don't have to guess. The best thing is you don't have to guess. So when you're talking about supplements, you're talking about supplements, not just a brand, what actually does work.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people come in looking for a specific brand, and the brand doesn't always, just because it's a big name, it doesn't always mean it's going to work for you. Mm-hmm. For other people, it will work. Everybody's different.
Yes.
So you got to, in the beginning especially, you got to take your time and try different things and see what you like and will work best for you. Because I've tried everything. I like to try a lot of different pre-workouts. It's like my favorite thing to do. And there's some that I love. There's some that don't work very well for me. You just got to find what works for you.
And being I always just say I'm guinea pigging it. So before I ask anybody else to try anything, I'll be the one that guinea pigs myself to see how it works and the reactions. I mean, because some, like you said, some supplements just beat the crap out of you, and for somebody else that's in your same group, seeing results like night and day. And I was like, it's just not working for me. Oh, come on, give it another chance. I'm telling you, it's not working for me. So I have to go a different route. And like you said, it might be a big name and it's working for everybody else, but it just doesn't translate to you.
Yeah, it's a lot of it is, in the beginning especially, a lot of it is just trying everything. You just got to try it all. A lot of my friends, in high school, at least in my school, a lot of my friends, they like to take pre-workouts. I mean, a lot of people do take pre-workouts, and everybody's talking about what pre-workout they take and they say, oh, this is really good. So I'll be like, okay, I'll try it. I mean, it might not work for me.
Yes.
So it's just what works for you. I have a lot of pre-workouts that I like that they might not like, and that applies to everything, proteins, anything you take.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sure, with because it's high school is different now. I mean, honestly, when we were going to high school, me and your dad, we were subjected to a lot of stresses and pressures. But now with the internet being so big and so much going on and so much more knowledge and so many more benefits to the body, you have to restrain on some things, but there's other things that you can just go you can really go at it. And with the supplements out now, where you can see the real actual benefits, because you don't have to take those horse capsules. Me and Dad were talking about how now they actually have flavors, and it's so much more accessible to a body at your age. I'm really looking forward to what the next generation of bodybuilders and powerlifters and people in sports in general. And I hope you make this a lifetime project where you don't look at your body as, well, I'm going to stop it sometime. I hope for you and your benefit of life that you stay with it.
Yeah, I mean, my goal, my goal for a long time down the road, I want to be a pro. I want to win the Olympia, and I don't want to just be another pro. I want to be better, bigger than Ronnie, bigger than anybody ever was.
Mm-hmm.
And you just got a lot of people. Everybody wants to be the best, and the biggest part is you got to put in the work. And like you said, now there's a lot of new things. You know, they have, you want to take your glutamine and you can take, they have it liquid, you can take powders, just throw it in your shake, it's not even unflavored.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I just put it right in my shake. You can get capsules, you know, you just, in the morning, you just take one or two, and you're done. That's it for the day.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot easier than like it used to be when, you know, my dad was growing up. Everything tasted like garbage.
Chalk.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know. You know?
Yeah, it's a blessing. Trust me, it's a true blessing what they've done, and the way they designed it. Because I think now with so many more people on the other end, just like with your dad getting on the other side of it, there's nutritionists now that were bodybuilders, and now they realize, you know, it should be better represented, and it would be a better sell because you can actually enjoy the product. Because there's certain supplements I don't mess with just because my body won't even deal with it. Those quartz capsules, I'm done with. If they can't come up with something better than that, you don't care about me. I'm not caring about that product. So, you know, the sale now, you're talking about business, family nutrition. You know, you guys have good prices here, and I'm really glad that it's a family type atmosphere, just like, you know, how Mike and G do at Chaos. How does that feel, knowing when people come in the door that they can feel welcome?
I mean, yeah. I mean, we, as a family, we did this. You know, my parents have been talking about, you know, opening a store for a long time. Finally got the building, and we were in here. After school, I would come straight here, you know, mop the floors, help my dad with, you know, my mom would be painting, help my dad with the electrical work, you know, all that stuff. My sister would be mopping the floors, cleaning the windows, you know, everything. We did it as a family. So, you know, when people come in, we're not, you know, like if you're at like a GNC, they're just trying to sell a product. We're here, we want to help you. We're not just trying to sell a product. We want to actually help you and help you, you know, help you become part of the family.
Yeah, I mean, it is an extended family because, you know, these people are going to be coming in and hopefully for the rest of their life, because their life is improving and they see the improvement of it. They want to get better. There's like you said, there's different products as you grow and advance where you'll need that, because you do tax the body. And I think that's the one thing that people miss, is that you're asking the body for more, but you're not giving it more to do it.
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta make sure you're gonna lose a lot through your training. Even, you know, going to work and going to school.
Yes.
You know, you get tired at the end of the day. By lunch, you know, I'm dying. I need food. I need to get, you know, get stuff back into me. You know, get my proteins, get my carbs back into me. And you got to realize that, you know, especially, you know, you go from work and you go to the gym, you're losing a lot, and you got to make sure you get everything back in you.
Yeah, because you're basically running on empty, and when you're coming away from school and you're still asking your body, let's go. And then you're going to say, well, I'll skip a meal, or I'll, you know, miss the protein shake, or I'll leave the multivitamin alone, and I'll be fine. And that's got to be, I mean, for us, it's almost comical, but you know, there's people that actually do it, and they think, well, I got away with it that one time or that second time, and then by the time they get to the weekend when they should be enjoying, they're doing actually, you know, a disservice by trying to push their body even further.
Yeah, a lot of times I see, you know, I play football, so a lot of times I see after school, you know, kids, after school, you know, you're tired, it's a long day, whatever, and a lot of my teammates, you know, or sometimes we'll have a half day, and they go out and get, you know, they go to McDonald's and get 10 McDoubles and split it between all of them. You can't do that and go to practice and think your body is gonna perform for you. You know, you got to eat good foods. Get good clean carbs. Get your proteins in. I sometimes I'll go to get food with them, but most of the time I just sit in my car, eat my chicken, my rice, you know, drink a protein shake. And I've found, and most people will find, that your body will react a lot better when you put the right food in.
I can't imagine getting an engine in a car and throwing all kinds of crap in it and expecting the gasoline to run smooth. It's got to run through so much crap. By the time the gas gets to the engine, it's basically blocked up. And that's what you're saying when you're talking about improper nutrition and proper nutrition. And, you know, back to the supplement side, since, you know, we are at your business, supplements are vital in pushing the body past the point it already understands. and that supplement helps and aids the recovery of it. So with your background, and then, you're saying some things I hadn't even thought about. It's got to be pretty neat when kids your age are coming in, and they're hearing you talk like that and saying, "Well, because you're living it." I think that's the best motivator for anything, is that you can live what you sell, because what you took created the person that you are right now.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of friends that are coming in that one of my friends just texted me right now. He's a really good wrestler. He said, "Hey, what should I take? I want to get a little bit bigger for next year. I want to be a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger. What kind of protein should I take? He's gonna come in. I'm gonna get him set up with probably what what I like to take, just like a masking it or
like a starter kit.
Yeah, I'm gonna show him what to do and just find out what works for him. Again, you got to find out what works for
exactly.
You. And just a lot of kids, a lot of my teammates come in and they want to take what I take because they see me, and they know that they see that I work hard, and they work hard too. They see that, they realize that diet is a big part of it.
It is,
and you can't just work hard. You have to eat the right foods
and supplement your diet.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, because it's so much involved in it, and it seems so simple to us, and especially with your foundation growing up in it. But it's so difficult for an untrained mind, and it's not a slight on them. It's just that they don't know, and you're basically teaching a new habit, which I think is awesome. Especially like I said, I hate to refer to your age, but not really, because you do know a lot, and that's not a being against you. You're doing well. And I'm very proud of that, and that's why I've been trying to catch up with you so long, because I think that's just awesome that everything you say and do, you live. So it's not a surprise that you're getting results, and if you're doing the work that you're doing and you're seeing all the hard work and labor that's put in, maybe people understand better that if you start with your children earlier, you will have a Nick Bolek instead of having the kid that can't get over the hump. And you don't have to accuse somebody else of doing more when they are doing more, or doing something illegal, when they're just doing what your child should have been doing, but they weren't taught. Not a slight against any parent that doesn't know, but this is the result of hard work. And that's why I wanted to get up with you, because I knew you were busting your butt, and you've been grinding your butt for the last few years I've known you. So I really appreciate it. I know you got to get back into it. We've taken up enough time, phones ringing and stuff like that. So for Nick Bolek, Kaylin Patterson, Midwest Muscle, we are out.